Hey besties, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's Comfy, and if this is the first time you're seeing this face, don't make it your last by subscribing and joining the family. And in this channel we talk everything fitness, self-development, self-care, and the sprinkle of fun. So in today's video I will be teaching us or telling us lessons I've learned in my 20s, because if you check the internet you see a lot of mistakes I made in my 20s, or what I wish I knew when I was 20. In my 20s you see all those people that are in their 30s or 40s making such video and dropping such content. So I thought to myself, I was like, it's not better to try and carry us along in this 20s, so that maybe what I am seeing or witnessing or experiencing might be what you are also experiencing, so that all of us can learn at once, instead of trying to get to 30s and then reflecting back and knowing that we made some mistakes in our 20s. So because even when we get to our 30s, obviously maybe we would have made some mistakes, but it wouldn't be as much, because you have me here telling you, carrying us along. So everything I'm going to be saying now are things that is either I'm doing already or it's just a process for me. These are things that I've already, like, I now know, and I'm trying to process them and also try to do the right things. So yeah, it's not like I am perfect or anything. No, I'm talking to us. We're gonna learn together. So let's just jump right into the video. In case you see me looking down, I have my notebook here where I wrote down everything so I don't forget anyone. So yeah. So the first lesson I've learned in my 20s is destructive coping mechanisms can ruin your life, and I'll explain what I mean. Because sometimes when we are going through life, or maybe a particular experience or trauma or heartbreak or whatever it is, disappointment, we tend to have some coping mechanisms which sometimes can be negative. For example, maybe your coping mechanism for some things that happen to you is maybe eating a lot or drinking or whatever. It can be just doing one thing or the other that you know that it doesn't positively impact your life. At that moment you're doing it, it feels good, but in the long run it affects maybe your health or whatever it is, your mental health or whatever. And even when it comes to relationships too, um the coping mechanism that at the long run it harms us is maybe when you're served breakfast and you think jumping into a new relationship is going to solve your problem. No, it might solve your problem a little, like you might feel good, so that maybe you just want to feel accepted or something like that, but in the long run you notice that you were supposed to take time to heal and recover and talk to yourself and go through the process before you jump into another relationship. Because when you jump into another relationship, you're reducing your self-worth, your self-esteem, because you feel like you need someone to make you feel fulfilled or make you feel accepted, and that is very wrong. And that is something I've learned in my 20s. So the next point is to choose a skill and master it. So no matter what you studied in school or anything, I feel like in your 20s you should learn a skill that you can master and then monetize it. Because this life is not actually like certain. You don't know what's going to make you a lot of money, or what's going to skyrocket you to where you want to be. So don't always think that the traditional way of making money or the traditional method of having a job is all it is. Or don't think that, oh, you have to actually like follow maybe whatever you studied in school or anything like that. You have to like follow it. You must practice it, and that is what is going to give you money. No, you have to learn a skill, master it properly. Don't just learn it anyhow. Learn it and master. Take your time to learn it and then be a master in it, and then monetize it in any form you can. And if there is anything you enjoy doing, try to start doing them in your 20s, no matter how little. start doing them, because you don't even try a lot of things. You mustn't always like go through the part of whatever you studied, because at the end of the day, maybe what you even studied, you may not even end up liking it. So one thing I have told myself is that no matter what, I'm going to be doing things I enjoy, things I love, and I'll make sure that I make money from doing such things. So that is what you're not just supposed to be alive, you're supposed to live life, you're supposed to enjoy life, you're supposed to like make it worthwhile, not just working just for the money and all of that. Enjoy what you're doing, learn a lot of things, try out different things, so that you know what you enjoy. And then when you finally know what you enjoy, you learn it properly, you make it a skill, you master it, and then you monetize it. And you see, there are some silly things that you may think that they are silly, but at the end of the day, it ends up making you a lot of money. So because the world we're living in now is not the same world that our parents lived in. So right now, these little things that doesn't even make sense are making money for people. So that is number two. Number three, to know that your health is priority. A lot of times in our 20s, we think, oh, we are young, we are strong, we can get through anything, we can do whatever we want. Maybe when we get old, we will start taking care of ourselves and all of that. I've realized that the way that you treat yourself now that you're still very young is what's going to actually keep you in the long run. You should take your health seriously. If you need to work out, you work out. Your feeding, you should take it seriously. If you're having any issue in any part of your body, don't always think that, oh, you're still young, you're strong or whatever, and then you try to like push it aside, because at the end of the day is whatever that you've been doing. What if you've been drinking too much, or you've been doing one thing or the other that is not beneficial to your health, in the long run, you're going to suffer from it. When you start getting older, you're going to really suffer from it. So when now that you're young, prioritize your health. Make sure that whatever you're taking in, whatever you're doing, is something that is going to affect your health positively. Is something that is going to maximize your time in this world, and it's something that at the end of the day, even when you're in your 50s, you still feel strong. You know that yes, you took care of yourself when you were younger, so it's going to at least make you stronger, look strong, and feel stronger even when you're old. Because those people that we see online or wherever, that they look younger, way younger than their age, even in their 50s or 60s, it didn't just start then. They didn't just start then to take care of themselves. They've been taking care of themselves when they were younger. So don't think that, oh, you have all the time, you can do anything with your body. By the time you get to your 40s or 50s, you start taking care of your body. No, it starts now. It starts now. It doesn't start then. The fourth lesson I've learned in my 20s is not to judge, because when you judge, you'll be put into the same situation. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens sometimes, and I have actually experienced it. Like, it's good to just, when you see people, do not judge, just be neutral, and just empathize with them, and just don't like conclude or try to be judgy. Just be understanding as much as possible or whatever. Because when you're too judgy, and you think you're being opinionated, think, oh no, this is not the risk, it's wrong, it's wrong, you might be in that same, you might be put in that same situation, and you will turn to something that you hate. Sometimes we judge people based off of our own principles, because we're in a particular position and they're in a certain position. But when you're put in that same position, you might even be worse. So I've learned not to judge people, because even God Himself might even put you in that same situation for you to learn. And it has happened to me before. So learn not to judge people, just be understanding as possible, and just empathize with people. And yeah, that's it. So I don't know the number that we are, but I think it's the fifth point. The fifth point is to accept your imperfections and forgive yourself. Especially in this young age, in this our 20s now, we tend to like right now that there's social media all over the place. We see a lot of things. Sometimes you think you're not okay, maybe you have a flat nose, a flat ass, or you feel like there's something about you that is not perfect. You should embrace it, you should accept it. And when it is not physical, maybe it's something that you did something wrong, and you're like, oh my god, I've ruined myself, or you start disgusting, you look disgusted to yourself, you hate yourself so much. It's good to accept your imperfection. You're not the Holy Spirit, you're a human being. Accept your imperfections, embrace it, and then forgive yourself so that you can move on. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't even love someone else. And it will keep dragging you back. It will make you stagnant. But when you accept that yes, you made a mistake and you're ready to move on from it, then you heal, you let go, and nothing of that nature can even hurt you again. You know that yes, you are a human being, and you have the right to make mistakes, yes, but you can always forgive yourself and move on from the situation. Because the more you stay in that situation, the more you hate yourself, the more you can't actually do anything positive for yourself, because you hate yourself. You don't even allow, you can't, it's just like hating someone. You can't even help the person, you can't do anything good for the person, because you obviously hate. So imagine when you hate yourself and you're trying to love someone else. It's not possible, because they said in the Bible, it says love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you can't give what you don't have. So you have to first of all accept yourself, forgive yourself, know that yes, you're yes, use it as an excuse that you're young, but that shouldn't mean you should be stupid. But whenever you make a mistake, try to accept the mistake, embrace it, and then forgive yourself so that you can move on. Next lesson I have learned in my 20s is that not to waste money on useless luxury. Yeah, this one might hurt people, but it is true. I know, like in your 20s, like when you maybe you start making little money here and there, and then you feel like as young adults we start seeing things, you feel like you need to buy this, you need to buy that, you need to feel this, you need to feel that. You don't always have to. There are maybe cheaper ways you can, because you're making a certain, maybe you've started making money, because you're making a certain amount of money, doesn't mean that you should spend it on luxury. There are some luxuries that you don't need. Needs are different from wants. Yes, you want them, but you don't need them at the moment, because will you be able to sustain it in the long run? Because there are a lot of things to actually plan for. Yes, you should enjoy yourself in your 20s, but then don't waste money on unnecessary things, because there are situations where you will even buy something that at the end of the day you will not even wear it, or like maybe a clothes or a bag or a shape, a kind of shape, maybe because it's trending, you just buy it for the sake of, oh yeah, I can buy it. Then at the end of the day, you don't even, you end up wasting it, you don't wear it, you don't use it, and then you just waste. You mean that you'll be living above your budget. Let's say for example you earn 100,000 in a month, and then you buy a bag of 50,000, or you buy a perfume of 50,000. Why? Does it make sense? Does it actually make sense? It doesn't make sense, and a lot of people do that. So it's just wrong. It's just a waste of your money. You're just living above your means, because at the end of the day you end up being broke, and you not have, even when uncertainties come up or situations come up, like let's say the pandemic or whatever, you won't, or maybe you're laid off out of job or something like that, you won't have anything to fall back to. You won't even have urgent 2K to fall back to, because you're always spending, you're always buying this, you're always buying that. So make sure that whatever you're earning, you save most of it, and then you can use other one for whatever you're doing. And yeah, just make sure you don't live above your means anyway. That's just what I'm trying to say. So the next point is um discomfort is better than the regret of missed opportunity. In your 20s, I've learned to take risk. In my 20s, like there are a lot of things I have done that, like I just close my eyes and I'm like, I just do it. Like at the end of the day, but I'm not saying you should take every risk when you know that it's going, if it doesn't work out, it's going to have a very huge negative impact on you. No, just try to take risk, try out a lot of things, because actually the discomfort that you're going to have, maybe trying to learn something, maybe trying to run something, or maybe not having a particular luxury for a while because you had to use the money for something else, or blah 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 blah, it's better than the regrets you have when you finally see that that thing you missed is actually working. I am not talking about scheme like all these schemes they bring on, like that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about those because I don't even do that. I don't do that at all. I mean opportunities that come up that but because you keep querying in your mind, you keep like you don't want to take risks so that you don't end up losing out or whatever. Sometimes it's good to take risk. That's what your 20s are for. You should risk take risk even if it ends up not yielding anything. At the end of the day, it's better you know that you tried but it didn't work out, because if you don't take risk, you're not going to have money, you're not going to make money, you're not going to be happy. Happiness comes with risk. That's what people don't know. You can't just be comfortable, so comfortable, and money will just come down from heaven or whatever. You have to take risk. You have to like be in an uncomfortable position. So yeah, that's another thing I've learned in my 20s. Try to take risk, and I've been taking a lot of risks lately. The next point is to romanticize every moment. Um you might start thinking, oh, but I thought we shouldn't spend money on luxury and all of that. Okay. What I'm saying is not about luxury. You know how people always say, like, well, I don't know if you've seen, everybody has seen those contents where people will be like, in your 20s, try and travel, do this, do that. But in reality, it's not everybody, most people, like 70% of people in their 20s don't actually have that money to actually travel or um get all those kind of luxury. Everybody's like enjoy your 20s, travel everywhere and go up and down, gain experiences, do this, do that, blah 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 blah. It's a lie. It's a lie, because in your early 20s especially is when you just finish college. For example, you are broke, you're trying to figure out your life and all of that. You actually don't have that money, except maybe your family has money, or maybe in some very special situation, you see people, there are a lot of people actually in their early 20s that are millionaires, but it's very very like it's not really common. So what I'm trying to say in this, the romanticizing every moment I'm talking about, is the fact that yes, you don't have the money for luxury, yes, you don't have the money to travel up and down, but what of the money that the things that you have money for example, as simple as having a bath is actually a good, like you don't need to rush, just pour water on your body and all of that. You have try to like romanticize every moment. Is it taking care of your skin, taking care of your hair, taking care of your teeth, taking care of your whatever? Just try and romanticize it. Don't just rush it. Don't just do it anyhow. When you go to the bathroom, take your time, take care of yourself, do things that make you happy. If it's reading, sleeping, wear clothes that actually make you comfortable. Go out like by yourself, even, or when you go out with friends, try and live in the moment. Try and enjoy the moment to the fullest, even if you don't have so much money, because this thing doesn't even require money. Some people will be like, oh, I don't have money for this, no, 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 so I can't even take care of. They won't even try to take care of themselves. They will not even wear sunscreen. They will not even take care of their skin, even though yes, people will be like, oh, you need a lot of money to take care of it. You don't actually. There are a lot of brands, cheaper brands, that actually work perfectly. You don't actually need a lot of money to actually like take care of yourself or to take care of your teeth. You don't actually need that. You don't taking care of yourself, loving yourself, self-love comes with no money, with money. If you can't take care of yourself when you don't have much money, even when you have that money, you will not be able to take care of yourself. You'll be using it for other things, but you won't be able to like actually give yourself that self care and love. It starts now in your 20s, early 20s. No matter how little your income is, even if you don't have an income, anywhere you're getting money from, try to take care of yourself, not in a luxurious way, but the little little things that you do, try to feel it, try to enjoy the moment, try to romanticize it. I actually romanticize everything I do, even if it's having my bath, brushing my teeth, everything. I make sure I'm in the moment, I'm enjoying it. I know that in my head, I'm like, I'm taking care of myself, I'm loving myself. It feels so good. Take your time, even if it's to listen to music while you're showering, listen to music when you're um applying your moisturizing or whatever. Just enjoy it. then buy some product that can actually help you glow. You mustn't look like what you're passing through. That's what I'm trying to say. So on that note, we come to the end of that point. You don't actually need people's validation for anything you want to do in your life. Yes, maybe what your parents planned or what people are thinking that, oh, you're going to do, or how your life is going to go, you don't actually need anybody's validation. Just do the things that, as long as you're not hurting anybody and you're staying true to yourself and you're enjoying what you're doing, then go ahead and do it. Be happy. You mustn't, everybody mustn't, like, you should get comfortable with making people uncomfortable in some situations, because you can't live in another other person's shadow. You can't live, so people cannot live life through you. You don't allow that. Make sure you're living your own life the way you want it. I'm not saying you should go and be doing negative things. I'm saying it in a positive way. So yeah, and you should get comfortable with people not liking some things that you are doing, or people not even liking you at all. You should embrace it, because there are a lot of things that, if you're somebody that take risks, you're somebody that try out things, a lot of people are going to be uncomfortable with it. And as you're in your 20s, you keep changing and you keep evolving. You should embrace people not liking you. You should embrace that too. You should embrace change, because as you're growing, you're going to be evolving, you're going to be maturing. So always know that, yeah, things, certain things are going to be changing in you. It's not when things change, or maybe when you lose friends or something, you try to like bring down yourself to suit their standard or something like that. You should try to embrace change, because that's what comes with adulting. Because you won't always be a baby. The things you like will change, the environment you like will change. Maybe it will not suit into what your friends are used to or what your family is used to. You should always try to cut out your own path. Yes, you might lose people, you lose friends, you lose lovers or whatever, but always know that in every situation, every level of your life, you will always find better people. Because if you try to always stick to a certain people, always try to stick to a certain people, even when what you're doing is uncomfortable to them, at some point you have to reduce your standard, lower your standard to fit them or to suit whatever they are doing. So that is it. If it means losing them or whatever, just try and move on, because there are people, better people that you're going to meet, that are going to be comfortable with the situation or whatever you're doing or the level that you are. Or so don't try to reduce your standard for anybody, whether it's a lover or whatever. Try not to reduce your standard. Try not to reduce your standard. That's what I keep telling myself. Try not to reduce your standard. The standard is high. If you cannot meet up with the standard, then go, go. So that's that for that. The next point I want to make is use your time wisely. It's okay not to be out every weekend. It's okay not to go clubbing. It's okay not to be at the party. It's okay not to do this or that. The party will always be there whenever you are ready. Use your time wisely. I'm not saying you shouldn't have fun with your friends or something, but don't do it all the time. Don't think, oh, you have all the time in the world. Yes, you have time, and right, but try to use your time wisely. If you know that this is not going to benefit you in the long run, then why are you doing it? Why are you wasting your time? Because whatever you're doing, time is going. And make sure that whatever you're doing is something that you know that at the end of the day, in years to come, you look back and you be like, yes, this thing I did actually impacted my life. It's actually like, it actually helped to mold me the way, into the person that I am today. If it's something that is not going to benefit you, why are you doing it? Instead of wasting your time going to the club every weekend, or going partying every weekend, or going out all the time, why don't you use it and learn a skill or do something reasonable? Or the time you use to just go through social media 10 hours in a day, you use it and do something beneficial to yourself, for yourself. So make sure you invest your time wisely, even the time you spend with people, like maybe in relationship. You know that this relationship is not benefiting you. You're not doing, you just because you just want to be in a relationship, you waste your time being in the wrong relationship, being in the wrong friendship, when you would have used that time to actually take care of your mentor, to improve yourself, to like upgrade your life and all of that. So make sure you take time. Is something you're supposed to take seriously, and whoever or whatever you spend it on should be worth the time. The next point, this one is a very serious one. As soon as you realize a toxic person, run. Whether friendship, relationship, whatever, run. Because I used to think, oh, I can change this person or this person. I always try to think of the good in people all the time, or like think about their potential or whatever. I'm telling you now, you can't change anybody. Once you realize somebody is toxic, run. Don't stay even for a minute, one more minute or 1 hour. Don't, because one thing I do so well, or I used to do so well, is that I tend to give people so many excuses. Like I tend to like, oh, this person did this because of this, because of that, even when it's they are hurting me, or when I know that it's a toxic relationship, I try to like give 1,001 reasons why they had to do it, or why they are the way they are, or whatever, and be like, oh, the future is going to be better, no, move on. Whether it's friendship, drop the friend, drop the relationship, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, whatever. Move on with your life, because you're not the Holy Spirit. You cannot change anybody. So let them go and change and meet somebody, or meet somebody that finds whatever, however they are. Okay, you have your own life to worry about. So the next point is to build character, boundaries, and discipline, because that's what's going to help you to be able to stick to your standards in life, and stop procrastinating. Do not procrastinate because you feel like, oh, you can always do it some other time, some other time. When procrastination becomes a habit, a character, you tend to do it even later in life. You carry it along. Whatever character you develop now is what you're going to carry all through. And try and set up boundaries for yourself when it comes to friendship, your own self, with your in your relationships or whatever. Try to set up boundaries, healthy boundaries, because that's what's going to actually help you to stick to some standards in your life. You when you have boundaries, you tend not to like bring down your standard for anybody or any situation. So that's it. And I also want to point out that you should embrace your time right now. Yes, you feel like, I know that we all feel like we're running out of time, we're not doing this, we're not getting things right. Yes, time is going, but we still have time. So just relax and enjoy the moment and make the most out of it. And don't always think about, because most of the time when you think, oh, you're running out of time, it will even make you to get yourself into things that you never wanted to get yourself into, or things that you didn't even plan to do, because you feel like you're running out of time. You need to do a lot of things, you need to achieve a lot of things right now, and before you know it, you end up hurting yourself, or you end up getting yourself into things that the long run is not going to benefit you. So just know that yes, time is going, but then we still have time. You have all the time. Like you always be here, like you're going to be here even after there's 30s, there's 40s, there's 50s. So why the rush? There's no rush. Just make sure that you have good character, you like develop yourself well, and that's actually all you need. Just do well, like be good to yourself, and you know, that's it. You don't have to do everything in this world in your 20s. That's what I've realized. Like, just take it easy on yourself, because it's going to affect your mental health. If you don't take it easy, it's going to affect your mental health and the way you take decisions and the way you make decisions. So yeah. So, and the last point is to seek God. Know God for yourself in your 20s, because it's in your 20s that you need him most. You need God all the time, but in your 20s is when you develop, you know how to love God. You seek him for yourself. You as a youth, I feel like we need him the most. I used to tell myself before, when I was much younger, that, oh, I need to just live life right now. I will get to know God later. Maybe my 30s. Right now I'm too busy. I'm just too busy. I have things to focus on. It's not like I'm a bad person or I'm doing things wrong, but I know I did not know God for myself. I did not like know him personally. I was not interested in like, I felt like I was too busy. So now I realize that no, you can't actually be busy. If you feel like you're busy now, how will the later life be when you have already like set up things, and then you actually have things that you do on a regular every day and all of that, or maybe you have children and all of that. So it's now that you actually start building relationship with God. And if you already have a relationship going on, yes, thank God, and I'm happy for you. Just water it and make it grow wonderfully. So right now is the time to actually seek God for yourself truly and serve him with your body, soul, and spirit. So That being said, we have come to the end of this video, and I hope I've been able to impact into your life, and I've been able to help us to navigate our 20s better. And if you like this, if you enjoyed this video, click on the like button, and don't forget to subscribe, and do not hesitate to share this video to other people that you think will benefit from this content. So I'll see you in my next video. Till then, remain blessed.